Welcome to the first episode of Keep Getting Better. My name is Christian Heinrich, coach, mediator, and facilitator, and I'm glad you're here. In this and the next few episodes, I'd like to explore a topic that comes up again and again in my coaching conversations. IKIGAI. You may have heard the term before. You may even have searched for it yourself. And that is often where the misunderstanding begins. Because when people search for Ikigai today, they almost immediately come across a diagram with 4 circles. 4 circles, 4 questions. What is it you love? What are you good at? What is it the world needs? And what can you be paid for, or what are you paid for already? And then somewhere in the middle, Ikigai. Simple. Neat. And unfortunately very often misunderstood. Many people therefore assume that Ikigai is a career planning tool, a framework for finding the perfect job or discovering your one true calling. But that's only a small part of the story. In fact, this famous 4-circle model does not come from the traditional Japanese understanding of Ikigai. And that is exactly what I would like to talk about today. A few years ago, I came across the 4 circles almost by accident. I wasn't actively looking for Ikigai. I simply stumbled across the diagram and thought, wow, interesting. And immediately I started having the same thoughts many people have. Maybe this is the secret. Maybe this is how you find your purpose. So I bought my first book on Ikigai. And to my surprise, none of it, absolutely none of it, focused on those 4 circles. Because authentic Ikigai is both simpler and deeper. So let's start with the word itself. Ikigai consists of 2 parts. Iki means life. Gai means value, worth, or meaning. A common interpretation is that what makes life worth living, or simply a reason to get up in the morning. And this is where, to me, the difference between the Western and traditional Japanese understanding begins. In the West, many people search for one big answer: the perfect career, their calling, their life purpose, that one thing that suddenly makes everything make sense. In the traditional Japanese understanding, Ikigai can be much more ordinary. It can be your first coffee in the morning, a walk outside, time spent with people you love, taking care of a garden, practicing a craft, or simply enjoying the process of getting a little better every day. And perhaps this is the first misunderstanding. We often search for something big, while meaning is frequently found in small things. I encounter this regularly in coaching. When people tell me, I want to find my purpose. I want to figure out what I really want. I'm searching for my calling. And sometimes it sounds as if there must be a hidden answer somewhere, a treasure waiting to be discovered. But perhaps we're simply asking less useful questions. So instead of What do I need to achieve in order to experience meaning? What if we asked, where am I already experiencing meaning without even noticing it? I believe that changes the perspective completely, because suddenly we are no longer searching only in the future. We begin to pay closer attention to the present. And that is one reason why I find the Japanese perspective on Ikigai so fascinating. It treats meaning less as a destination and more as a relationship with life itself. It's less about where do I want to end up one day, yet more about how do I want to live today. That is a fundamental difference, because meaning is not something that becomes relevant later. Meaning emerges in everyday life, in what we do, in our relationships, in our attention, and sometimes even in our routines. Perhaps this is also why Ikigai is often mentioned alongside Okinawa, a region of Japan that belongs to the so-called blue zones, places where people tend to live exceptionally long and healthy lives. Many researchers believe that community, movement, lifestyle, and a sense of purpose all play an important role in that. But we will explore that in more detail in one of the next episodes, because there are many myths here as well, and some fascinating stories. For today, I would like to leave you with a single question. Now, if Ikigai is not primarily a goal, if Ikigai is not the perfect career, if Ikigai is not hidden somewhere in the future, then my question to you is, which activities, people, or moments do already give your life meaning today? Perhaps your Ikigai is not hidden at all. Perhaps you're simply overlooking it. Maybe you're still searching for something big, while it may already be showing up in small things, in conversations, in learning, in creativity, in relationships, in projects, or simply in moments that give you energy. Maybe Ikigai does not begin with a major life decision. Maybe it begins with attention. Attention to what is already there. In the next episodes, we will look more deeply into the idea of Ikigai. We will talk about Okinawa, some of the most well-known stories connected to Ikigai, and why people such as sushi master Jiro Ono are often associated with this concept. Until then, I would be delighted if you followed me here or on LinkedIn. You can also learn more about me at keepgettingbetter.de. That is keepgettingbetter, all in one word, .de. And if you would like support in exploring your own Ikigai, I'd be happy to accompany you on that journey. Feel free to reach out at info@keepgettingbetter.de. Thank you for your time and attention. See you soon. I'm Christian Heinrich. Keep getting better.